You lot think you know food, yeah? Think a carrot is just a garnish, and a lentil is something you find in your contact solution. Listen up, you donkey. Vegetarianism isn't just about shoving lettuce in your gob. It's a bloody art form with more variations than you've got excuses for serving raw chicken. What exactly is the difference between a vegan and a vegetarian? How about a pescatarian and a flexitarian? Macrobiotic may be a new dietary term to you as well. Get ready to have your preconceived notions about vegetarian food blown out of the water faster than a soggy souffle in my kitchen. Today, we're diving into the world of vegetarian diets to understand the differences and benefits of each. From the basics to the downright complex, we'll break down each type of vegetarian diet so you can finally tell your tofu from your tempeh. So, put down that greasy burger, grab a pen and paper, and get ready to learn something new. This is Vegetarianism 101, and trust me, you'll want to take notes. Right, you lot, let's start with the gateway drug of vegetarianism, the flexitarian diet. This one's for those who want to dabble in the world of plant-based eating without completely abandoning their precious bacon. The flexitarian diet is all about flexibility. You're encouraged to reduce your meat consumption, but you can still enjoy a juicy burger or a perfectly cooked steak occasionally. Think of it as a more sustainable and healthier approach to eating rather than a strict set of rules. This isn't an excuse to stuff your face with processed crap and call it a day. You're still focusing on whole, unprocessed foods like fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains. Think of meat as a treat, not a staple, you hear me? The flexitarian diet is ideal for those who want to improve their health, reduce their environmental impact, or support animal welfare efforts without eliminating meat entirely. It's a bloody good starting point for anyone looking to make a positive change. Now let's talk about the benefits of going flexitarian. Firstly, you'll be reducing your risk of developing chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and even some types of cancer. Secondly, you'll be doing your part in protecting the planet. Meat production is a major contributor to greenhouse gas emissions, so by reducing your meat intake, you're helping to combat climate change. Thirdly, you'll be expanding your culinary horizons by exploring plant-based protein sources like lentils, beans, and tofu. You'll discover a whole new world of flavors and textures. So there you have it. The flexitarian diet is a delicious and sustainable way to improve your health and the planet. It's time to ditch the meat and two veggie mentality and embrace a more balanced approach to eating. All right, you lot, let's dive into the world of pescatarianism. This one's for those who love their seafood but are turning their noses up at chicken, beef and pork. It's not just about fish and chips, you know. Pescatarians primarily eat plant-based foods like fruits, vegetables, legumes and whole grains. But they also include fish and other seafood in their diet. Think grilled salmon, succulent prawns, and maybe even the occasional oyster if you're feeling fancy. Now, don't think for a minute that this is an excuse to batter everything in breadcrumbs and deep fry it. We're talking about fresh, high-quality seafood cooked simply and respectfully. Pescatarianism is a popular choice for those who enjoy the taste of seafood or are looking for a vegetarian diet that's rich in omega-3 fatty acids. And trust me, your brain and heart will thank you for it. Now let's talk about why you might want to consider dipping your toes into the pescatarian pool. Firstly, fish is packed with omega-3 fatty acids, which are essential for heart health, brain function and reducing inflammation. Secondly, fish is a great source of protein, which is essential for building and repairing tissues and keeping you feeling full and satisfied. And let's be honest, who doesn't love a good fish taco? Thirdly, pescatarianism can be a stepping stone towards a fully vegetarian or vegan diet. It allows you to gradually reduce your meat consumption while still enjoying some animal products. So, there you have it. Pescatarianism is a healthy and delicious way to enjoy the bounty of the sea while reaping the benefits of a plant-based diet. Now, stop staring at me like a cod in headlights and get cooking. All right, you lot, listen up. Lacto-Vegetarians, they kick meat to the curb, but they've still got a bit of common sense. They're keeping the dairy. That means cheese, milk, yogurt. It's all fair game. Now don't think this is some kind of easy street. You've got to be clever, you've got to be creative. We're talking vibrant salads, flavorful lentil stews, spicy bean burgers that pack a punch. This isn't about rabbit food, it's about bloody delicious food. And let me tell you, getting enough calcium is crucial. Weak bones? Not on my watch. Dairy is your secret weapon, packed with calcium to keep you strong and in the kitchen, not laid up like a useless pudding. So are you ready to learn, to cook, to conquer the vegetarian world? Then stop gawking and let's get on with it. Listen, I don't want to hear any whining about I don't like vegetables or I need my meat. This isn't about excuses, it's about pushing yourself, about exploring new flavors, new textures. Think creamy spinach and ricotta stuffed mushrooms, rich and flavorful lentil and vegetable curries, vibrant salads with toasted nuts and tangy dressings. Get creative. There's a world of possibilities out there. And don't forget the cheese board. A good selection of cheeses can elevate any meal. Pair a sharp cheddar with some crusty bread or a creamy brie with fresh figs. See, being a lacto-vegetarian doesn't mean deprivation, it means bloody delicious. Now, stop daydreaming and let's get back to the kitchen. There's work to be done. Ovo-vegetarians, you've got a good head on your shoulders, I'll give you that. Eggs, now we're talking. Protein powerhouses packed with vitamins and minerals, the building blocks of a cracking good meal. But don't think you can just fry an egg and call it a day. We're going to elevate these little beauties. Think fluffy omelettes bursting with fresh herbs and vegetables, silky smooth custards, delicate soufflés that rise to the challenge. And let's not forget about baking. Eggs add richness and structure to cakes, lightness to meringues, and a beautiful golden crust to freshly baked bread. So, are you ready to learn the secrets of the egg? Then get your aprons on and let's get cracking. Now, some of you might be thinking, eggs? That's it? Don't be daft. Eggs are just the foundation. We're building a bloody masterpiece here. Think about it. You can combine eggs with vibrant vegetables, wholesome grains, and flavorful legumes to create dishes that are both nutritious and delicious. Think hearty vegetable frittatas bursting with flavor, spicy shakshuka with perfectly poached eggs, or a classic quiche Lorraine with a flaky, buttery crust. It's enough to make your mouth water. So, are you ready to unleash your inner egg master? Then stop wasting time and let's get cooking. Lacto-Ovo-Vegetarians, you've got it made. You've kept the best of both worlds, the creamy goodness of dairy and the protein power of eggs. Now that's what I call a smart move. But don't think for a minute that this is a free pass to be lazy in the kitchen. We're going to combine these two powerhouses to create culinary masterpieces. Imagine a classic quiche Lorraine, the flaky crust filled with a creamy egg custard, salty bacon and nutty Gruyere cheese. Or picture a decadent cheesecake rich with cream cheese and sour cream, topped with fresh berries and a drizzle of honey. Now stop drooling and pay attention. We're going to turn you lot into culinary geniuses. Listen up. The beauty of being a lacto-ovo-vegetarian is the sheer variety you can bring to the table. Think about it. You can have a hearty breakfast of scrambled eggs with spinach and feta cheese, a light lunch of a mixed green salad with grilled tofu and a tangy vinaigrette, and a comforting dinner of vegetable lasagna layered with ricotta cheese and marinara sauce. And don't even get me started on dessert. From creamy cheesecakes to rich chocolate cakes, the possibilities are endless. It's enough to make your head spin. So, are you ready to dive into the world of lacto-ovo-vegetarian cooking? Then grab your aprons and let's get started. Right, you lot, listen up. We're diving into the deep end with a vegan diet. That means absolutely no animal products. You heard me right. Not a sausage, not a sliver of cheese, nothing. This is all about plants, but don't think for a minute that means it's boring. We're talking grains like quinoa and brown rice, lentils and chickpeas for your protein fix, and enough fruits and vegetables to make a rainbow jealous. Don't even think about serving me a plate of limp lettuce and call it a day, though. We're talking vibrant, colourful dishes bursting with flavour. Think roasted root vegetables with herbs and spices, lentil stews packed with smoky paprika, and creamy coconut curries with fresh lime and cilantro. This is about elevating those vegetables, not treating them like an afterthought. And for God's sake, don't even get me started on those pathetic excuses for veggie burgers. Dry, bland, and about as appealing as a burnt pan. If you're going to do a veggie burger, do it right. Make it juicy, flavorful, and something that even a carnivore like me wouldn't mind sinking my teeth into. Remember, going vegan isn't about deprivation. It's about exploring a whole new world of flavors and textures. So get creative, experiment, and for heaven's sake, season your food. Now let's talk about those meat alternatives. Tofu, tempeh, seitan. These are your new best friends. They're blank canvases just begging for some flavor, so don't be shy with the spices and marinades. And for all the dairy lovers out there, fear not. We've got almond milk, soy milk, cashew cheese, you name it. There's a plant-based version of it. But here's the kicker. You can't just wing it on a vegan diet. This isn't some amateur cooking competition. It requires planning and attention to detail. You need to make sure you're getting all the essential nutrients your body needs, especially vitamin B12, iron, and omega-3 fatty acids. That means reading labels, diversifying your diet, and maybe even considering some supplements. And don't even think about serving me a plate of white pasta and call it a balanced meal. We're talking leafy greens, nuts, seeds, the whole bloody lot. This is about fueling your body with the good stuff, not just filling it with empty calories. So do your research, listen to your body, and for God's sake, don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. All right, you lot, buckle up because we're about to enter a whole new level of vegetarianism, the raw food vegan diet. This means everything you eat is completely raw and unprocessed. No cooking, no baking, no roasting, just pure unadulterated plant power. Now, before you start picturing yourself gnawing on a head of lettuce, let's be clear, there's a lot more to a raw vegan diet than meets the eye. We're talking fresh fruits bursting with flavor, crunchy vegetables with attitude, and nuts and seeds that pack a serious nutritional punch. Think vibrant salads with creamy avocado dressings, zesty zucchini noodles with sun-dried tomato pesto, and decadent desserts made with dates, nuts, and raw cacao. It's all about getting creative and finding new ways to enjoy the natural flavors and textures of plant-based foods. But don't think for a minute that this is a walk in the park. Maintaining a raw food vegan diet requires dedication, planning, and a whole lot of willpower. You need to be organized, resourceful, and willing to experiment in the kitchen. Now let's get one thing straight. This raw food vegan thing, it's not for everyone. In fact, it comes with its own set of challenges and potential risks. You see, cooking not only enhances flavor, but also makes certain nutrients more digestible and accessible to our bodies. So, when you're relying solely on raw foods, there's a higher chance of nutrient deficiencies, especially with iron, vitamin B12, and omega-3 fatty acids. And let's not forget about the elephant in the room, foodborne illnesses. When you're dealing with raw ingredients, there's always a risk of contamination, so hygiene is absolutely paramount. You need to be meticulous about washing your produce, storing it properly, and using safe food handling practices. And don't even get me started on the potential for weight loss or worse, malnutrition. Without careful planning and a deep understanding of your nutritional needs, it's easy to fall short on calories and essential nutrients, leading to fatigue, weakness, and a whole host of other health problems. So, before you jump headfirst into the raw food vegan life, do your research, consult with a qualified nutritionist, and listen to your body. This is serious business, and your health is not something to be trifled with. Listen up, you lot. We've explored a whole bloody buffet of vegetarian diets, from the flexible flexitarian to the hardcore raw vegan. But there's one thing that all of these dietary patterns have in common. Choose whole foods and foods with minimal processing and little added sugar and fat. A plate that regularly contains fried foods, sweets, and other highly processed foods with added sugar and fat isn't bloody healthy. Whether you're a meat eater or a lentil lover, remember, a vegetarian diet isn't about deprivation. It's about making conscious choices that nourish your body and make you feel your best. So ditch the processed crap, load up on fresh fruits and vegetables, experiment with different grains and legumes, and don't be afraid to get creative in the kitchen. Remember, A vegetarian diet offers flexibility and variety, making it easy to accommodate different dietary preferences. Explore these options and find what works best for you. Now go forth and cook with passion.